What's up, guys? IrishMikesGamez here, and today we're going to be discussing a movie that is potentially going to be happening in the next couple of years that DC is in the works of writing this movie, and it has to do with two of my favorite villains, Bane and Deathstroke, from the Batman movie. Batman universe, excuse me, and I really want to get into it, so make sure you hit that like button, make sure we can get this video 15 likes, and let's get into it. Alright guys, so we're going to be discussing this brand new potential movie that DC Studios is talking about, and it has to do with my two favorite villains, like I said, and between Bane and Deathstroke, and I am a really big fan. I mean, I have basically all the figures from in relation to Bane and Deathstroke. I'm a big fan of their characters, and to see them do an attack team, it really makes this could be a potential showstopper, if you will. So DC Studios is bringing two iconic Batman villains to the big screen. This is coming from Game Rant, and you can see James Gunn here, and just around the same time too, one of the top executives from DC Comics, other than James Gunn, who's saying he really wants to get Batman onto the screen right away. So they're looking to not only to bring Batman to do the screen, but they want to get all these Bane and Deathstroke and all these actors to play these villains and characters right away, so that we can really build up this DC comic universe, film universe, you could say, like they did what James Gunn did with Marvel. So now that James Gunn was the DC universe, we're looking at potential project, and James Gunn is upcoming DC universe is set to officially launch this December with Creature Commander, paving the way for its cinematic expansion with a highly anticipated debut of Superman in 2025. Interestingly, even before these projects hit the theaters, an exciting new film has already been added to the roster, further expanding the prospects of his ambitious franchise. Many of DC Comics' most iconic characters originate from Batman's Rogues Gallery, with villains like the Joker, Harley Quinn, and the Penguin transcending their roles as mere antagonists in the story. I'm going to say it's going to be a while before we start to see Joker and Harley Quinn really come to the screen. We got that Joker movie, Full of the Dough, coming out in this month, and we got the Penguin show with Colin Farrell on HBO Max. So I would not be mad at James Gunn for saying, let's hold off on a Joker, let's hold off on a Penguin, let's hold off on a Harley Quinn, and wait till when the right time is really emerges, so that they can bring the characters to life in this new universe. So with them, already having screen time in the Elseworld with James Gunn's universe, I would say maybe give it 2 or 3 years before we actually see a brand new Joker, Harley Quinn, and the Penguin. And I don't blame James Gunn really to saying let's because we already seen so many Harley Quinn, Jokers, Penguin. It's time to slow that down. Let's bring new characters to the screen to really give us something to savor on. And when it's right time, Joker, we'll see a Joker, we'll see a Harley Quinn, we'll see a Penguin. But right now, with the Elseworld going on right now, with Matt Reeves' Penguin and his universe, and then we got Joker and Harley Quinn in the Fall of the Dough movie. We won't probably be seeing Joker and Harley Quinn and the Penguin, but right now we're talking about Bane and Deathstroke. So these characters have enjoyed their own dedicated movies and shows, gaining cinematic prominence and further solidifying their popularity. Recent reports indicate that this trend is set to continue, with DC Studios developing a new DC film featuring 2 prominent Batman villains. This exciting project promises to expand the legacy of these infamous characters and explore their dynamic in a fresh narrative, and further solidifying the villain status as stars in their own right. According to Hollywood Reporter, DC Studios is developing another Batman villain-focused film. Co-CEO James Gunn and Peter Safran are pushing forward with a script written by Matthew Orton, one of the writers behind Marvel's upcoming Captain America Brave New World. Although the project has yet to secure a director, the untitled movie will feature 2 iconic A-list DC villains, Bane, the menacing brute notorious for breaking Batman's back, and Deathstroke, a fan favorite adversary known for his superhuman combat skills and tactical genius. This entitled Bane and Deathstroke project continues DC trend of spotlighting a top-tier villain. Bane, created by Chuck Dixon and Graham Nolan, debuted in Batman Vengeance of Bane #1 in 1993 with a brutal yet layered origin. Bane was raised in South America prison, where he volunteered for chemical experiments, leading to his dependence on a super steroid Venom. He became infamous during the Nightfall storyline, where he systematically weakened Batman before famously breaking his back. Bane's last cinematic appearance was in Christopher Nolan's The Dark Knight Rises, with Tom Hardy's portrayal cementing the character's reputation. He is expected to be recast for Robert Pattinson's Batman, but Hardy's version gave Bane iconic traits: his towering physique, signature mask, and unforgettable voice that needs no further introduction. Now, I do have a rebuttal to this. Even though I love Tom Hardy's portrayal as Bane, believe it or not, he was actually shorter than Christian Bale, and he was actually wearing stilts during the filming, and they had stunt doubles to really kind of give him the height and everything. So when all the fighting scenes, they were using stunt doubles, but when he was doing the voices and stuff, and they were showing his face wearing the mask, they were actually doing angles to where it make him look bigger, and it's all camera tricks. Even though I am a big fan of the Christopher Nolan Dark Knight series, I have all the basically the movies and multiple copies of them. I have figures for days in regards to them. Still looking for more. And I have the movie posters. They're actually the exact replicas that they only sold. Only a varied amount of these film posters, and the fact that I was able to get them, and it really cost me quite a bit. I can't wait to really show you guys my game room and see how passionate I am about that, Batman and everything, and I've been a big fan of the Christopher Nolan series. But in regards to Tom Hardy's portrayal of Bane, I really liked his costumes and everything, the way he looked. But the mask I wasn't a really big fan of. I just didn't really think it had the whole Bane look, even though it was more of a modern take on it. And the fact that he came from more of a Middle Eastern, European vibe rather than a South American, and he didn't have that mask that I really wanted to see Bane in. But this again was Christopher Nolan's take on the whole Batman universe. Although I really have to say Bane is really my favorite character, and I just really, I hate for James Gunn and his universe to really ruin that character. But I will get into what particular actors I think will be perfect to play Bane in another video. Let's continue on. Slade Wilson, better known as Deathstroke, debuted in the new Teen Titans #2 1980 volume or version, created by Marv Wolfman and George Perez, the 1980 issue, sorry. This iconic villain, known for his signature sword and dual-colored orange and black mask, is a Vietnam War vet turned mercenary after a gain enhanced strength from a botched super soldier experiment, originally of a foe of the Teen Titans, especially Dick Grayson and Nightwing, the original Robin. Deathstroke has since been pitted against Batman, a strategic move driven by DC push a pair of top villains with their biggest hero. Joe Manganiello briefly portrayed Deathstroke in Zack Snyder's Justice League post-credit scene with plans for him to star as the main villain in Ben Affleck's The Batman. Although that never materialized, like Bane, Deathstroke is a chemically enhanced mastermind, making them a formidable duo if they don't destroy each other first. Though details about the newly announced Bane and Deathstroke team up are scarce, including its title. The idea isn't as expected as a scene. One possible inspiration would be Gail Simone's Secret Six series, which featured a villainous lineup of Bane, Deadshot, Catman, and others. Known for its mix of heartfelt moments and edgy humor, Simone's style aligns with James Gunn's sensibility. If the film draws from Secret Six, Deathstroke could easily take Deadshot's place, given the latter's strong connection to the Suicide Squad. The Bane and Deathstroke movie doesn't have an official release date yet. Alright, well, that's it. But I will say this, it'll be interesting in how they work together and how they could probably make this a lead to, or a leaping point to the Suicide Squad, and even a Secret Six movie. But I really can't wait to see how they go about this, who they choose as actors for these characters, and who they could potentially be facing, what bigger foe that they will have a connection to, that take down, and where they go with this. I mean, it can go either way. Are they going to ruin the character and make it kind of a lame duck, or they're going to really, take time to really study the comics and make the character, or both of these characters, an A-plus style, character for the DC universe, with a brand new universe, and not really flop this up. So we don't know. I mean, with the no official release date, no really further details yet. This is just brand new, fresh, right in the brewing, and the vat, ready to brew, ready for us to drink it up. It could be a couple years before we really get any, film, and it could be a couple months before we get any update. But like I said, they're still working on it. They got Matthew Orton working on it with he's the writer for the new Captain America movie. And I'm pretty sure he's going to give this justice, really study the comics and how to make this work. And there's so much source material, and so you can only go one way with this, and it's better to just look at the source material and follow along and give us a really good story and a good movie with some humor, some badass action and fighting, and great costume design, the stuff that fans will really soak up and just really pay good money for it. I mean, this is a brand new universe, a brand new fresh start for the DCU, and it's going to take a lot of work to really compete with Marvel and how they're going with their stuff. I mean, we just had Deadpool and Wolverine come out. The new, what's that, that witch movie from Marvel. I'm not really big on the Marvel stuff. I'm not saying I'm not a Marvel fan. I'm just not really too familiarized with it. I'm really familiar with like the old school Marvel movie stuff, but with DCU, I'm really familiar with it. I'm really staying on top of it. And we will see how this goes with Bane and Deathstroke. I really hope they don't flop this. And, being a big fan of these two villains, especially, I mean, they're in my top three villain. Joker being the number 3 spot, and then Harley right behind it. Bane and Deathstroke are my 1 and 2. And, anytime there's new source material, new comics, new graphic novels, new products that, figures, statues and stuff like that, I'm really on top of it, trying to find a way to afford these, these statues and figures and stuff. I just really can't wait to see what they do with Bane and Deathstroke and how they're going to make this tag team movie really work. So, alright guys, that's all going to be for today. And make sure you hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and make sure you hit the bell icon so that you get notified whenever I post a video. I appreciate you guys tuning in, and I'm making sure I bring all the DC Comics related movies, and especially in Batman, because Batman is a passion of mine, and I can't wait to really dive into more DC Comics related projects, especially like I said, Batman. So make sure you follow me on all social media. The links will be down below. And comment below, what are you really excited for in relation to DC Comics? And if it has to do with Bane and Deathstroke, I would like to hear it. And also, make sure you hit that like button again. Let's get this video 15 likes, possibly more. And hope you guys have a wonderful night. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching.